My name is James, and I bought this book as a present for myself, to myself. It's a book written by Adam Abraham and illustrated by Marie Lister. The name of the book is I Am My Body Not. I am my body not. 2 hands have I, each with 4 fingers and a tongue. I use my hands to touch and to hold things, to put things together and to take them apart, to enjoy the soft, smooth, silky feel of ginger cat's fur, to grip a hammer so that I can drive a nail into the wall and hang a picture of dogwood, to tell when the bath water is just the right temperature for the rest of my body. As much as my hands help me, and help me to help my family, friends and others, they are not my body, and my body is not me. 2 arms have I, 1 for each hand. They work together as a whole to let me stretch so that my hands can reach over there, to pick up that shiny coin I saw on the ground, to tuck the label under David's collar, to give Mummy and Daddy a big hug. If my arms were longer, I'd be able to hug more people at the same time. Although, if they were too long, they might be too heavy to lift. I think I'm glad my arms are just the way they are. But as much as my arms help me, and help me to help my family, friends and others, they are not my body, and my body is not me. 2 legs have I, upon which I stand and walk and run and go. They help me to get here and there, to lift and carry this and that, and to be where I need to be. To each leg a foot is attached, which makes balance an easier proposition. Without them, life would be very different. But as much as my legs and feet help me to help my family, friends and others, they are not my body either, and my body is not me. I have 1 head, upon which 2 eyes and ears plus a nose and mouth are placed. Inside they are all connected to a fascinating creation called the brain. The brain is the center of my senses. It processes my thoughts and feelings of the world around me. Upon receiving sensations created by the brain, I interpret their meaning. I respond by choosing to act in certain ways. The brain then processes my responses and then activates different parts of my body as needed. In this way, I control most of my body parts, like moving my hands, or walking to the window, running in a race, riding my bicycle or skateboard. Other body functions such as my heartbeat and breathing, run automatically. Every part of my body is connected to the brain through a fibre optic light network of tissues called the nervous system. We can't see the nervous system because it is inside our body, beneath the skin, but it works constantly, sending instant messages to every region of our body, whether we are awake or asleep. Even while we sleep, we are monitoring the nervous system and can awaken at the slightest sign of trouble. Though I have a nervous system, it doesn't mean I am nervous. Calm people have nervous systems too. At the centre of my body is the torso. It is like a trunk that is not a suitcase, which stores and protects its vital organs that help me make up the core of the me that you talk and see possible. My legs, arms and head are connected to mighty muscles such as the heart and lungs. The torso also holds my digestive system, which includes my stomach, and is the seat of the biggest, most comfortable muscle of all, the gluteus maximus, my butt, which along with the upper muscles of my legs help to support me when I sit erect. Inside my body, through all of its connections, is a skeleton, which looks scary by itself without my muscles and tissue, but is essential because it gives my body both support and strength. Without it, I would be unable to stand or sit erect or roll over or do handstands, headstands and or somersaults. Without a skeleton, I would look like a collapsed blob of muscle tissue and skin that would be barely able to move, except maybe like a snail, but even that would not be me. Also running through my body is a network of hose-like tissues called the circulatory system. The tissues that make up the circulatory systems are called arteries, veins and capillaries. This system transports a vital fluid called blood, pumped by the heart to every part of my body. The main ingredient of blood is water, which my body cannot live without. If it springs a leak that cannot be healed and the blood loss cannot be stopped quickly, my body could die. And although the trunk and the skeleton and the brain are all very helpful, though the nervous system and the circulatory system are important and my supply of blood is essential, they are not my body, and my body is not me. As the body matures and boys and girls approach adulthood, their reproductive systems begin to function. Their bodies make one of the most important and magical changes that will occur within a lifetime. Their choices become more important because parenthood becomes the possible result of certain behaviours and activities that, while fun and pleasurable, may not be beneficial until one has gained emotional strength. Covering all the pieces that do indeed make up my body is a very special tissue called skin. It comes in many shades, from very light in tone to very dark. Some people identify themselves and differentiate others by measuring the shading of their skin instead of measuring the goodness of the spirits. The skin serves a vital purpose in the body's design. Its entire surface is essential, which constantly provides us data on the status and condition of the environment. Through our skin, we are able to know the status of the area that is smaller than the size of a pinhead. By sending pain alarms in certain situations we get into, we are guided away from bruises with further danger, from brushes with further danger. By sending pleasure signals in other situations, we are guided towards behaviour that may benefit our emotional and spiritual health through loving relationships with others. My skin is a wondrous instrument, pliable, comfortable and accommodating, as my size and shape changes throughout the many stages of my life. Self-healing and forgiving, it sets a wonderful example of how I should be towards others and myself. But as wonderful as my skin is, it is not my body, and my body is not me. My body is my friend, and in a way of speaking, my servant. If I take care of it, it will most likely enjoy better health. Without it, I cannot be here. But it is not me. My body is designed to carry me through the adventure that we call life on earth. It allows me to learn and build and live in the earthly environment we call home. Through it, I make choices and take actions that have impact and meaning. My body is the instrument by and through which I exist on planet Earth, but it is not me. It is made up entirely of earthly materials. I am not. One day my body will cease to function, thus ending my stay on earth, but not my existence. For I am my body not. I am energy. I am where we go and what we do after our bodies die is anyone's guess. No one knows for sure, though we all believe something. Even a belief in nothingness after a body's death is a belief and nothing more. The only ones to whom our choices, attitudes and behaviours on earth are really relevant are us and those that we touch during the course of our lives. We are therefore obliged to treat our bodies and each other with love for the betterment of life on earth and the good that we may share. Thank you. It's a wonderful book. Wonderful book. And as I borrow as a Christmas present to myself,